It is 10 a.m. on the East Coast and 5 p.m. in Israel, where the fighting between Hamas and Israeli forces shows no signs of slowing down. Israel launched a massive retaliation for the deadly and unprecedented attack by Hamas on Saturday.
The number of dead on both sides has risen to more than 1,600, and the White House says at least 11 Americans have been killed. President Biden will address the nation later today. The president and vice president will also be meeting with their national security teams and will talk to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. So for more on this, we want to bring in Vedant Patel. He is the principal deputy spokesperson for the U.S. State Department. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. The Biden administration says that it is still trying to learn if Hamas is actually holding American hostages. What can you tell us about this? How is the U.S. planning to get any American hostages, if they are there, to get them back?
Thanks so much for having me. So we continue to believe that there are a number of American citizens who are unaccounted for in the region, and we are working closely with the government of Israel to ascertain as much information as possible, including whether they have been abducted and are being held hostage by Hamas. But let me be incredibly clear. There is never any justification for the targeting of civilians, for the abduction and kidnapping of civilians, as has happened in this instance. And we're continuing to work with the government of Israel and partners in the region to learn as much information as we can.
And as you are working on learning as much information as you can about the hostages and the number of hostages, it's been confirmed that 11 American citizens have been killed so far. But for those that are missing, Mr. Patel, what kind of conversations are you having with those families? Because we just listened to a press conference where family members who are American citizens are saying that they're not getting a lot of information from the United States or Israel as to what's being done.
This is an active crisis zone, and we are gaining as much information as we can. We ourselves are learning more day by day, hour by hour, and as appropriate, we're coordinating and communicating with impacted families and sharing whatever relevant information we can with the public. I can't even begin to imagine the heartache that some of these families must be dealing with, not knowing the whereabouts or status of their loved ones, and we're working around the clock to gain as much information as we can, and we're offering all appropriate consular assistance to impacted families.
Many have described Hamas's successful attack as a colossal intelligence failure. Could the U.S. have done more to support Israel ahead of this attack?
Let me just be very clear. Our commitment to Israel's security is ironclad, and you've seen us take robust action even over the course of this weekend. Security assistance is on its way to our Israeli partners so that they can continue to defend themselves and defend their security. We know that Hamas is a violent terrorist organization that is standing for the destruction of Israel, and so we're continuing to do everything we can to stand with our Israeli partners in this time.
Earlier this morning, we had a conversation with Admiral John Kirby, who, as you know, is the coordinator for strategic communications for the National Security Council. And he reiterated to us that President Biden remains committed to a two-state solution in the region, understanding that the State Department has nothing to do with the military operations that are currently underway. What can you provide people who are watching this broadcast as at least a signpost, a guidepost of when it comes to diplomacy in the region, once these operations are concluded, once Israel has achieved its goals, what is the Biden administration prepared to do to see that two-state solution happen? Because for people who have been living this cycle of violence for more than 75 years, some people who were born into a world where this violence is ongoing, a lot of people are saying enough is enough. So just what kinds of conversations are being had once the military operation is concluded to bring the two sides to the table and to see an end to this cycle of violence?
I certainly appreciate that sentiment, and certainly we continue to believe that a two-state solution is necessary. But right now, we are on the heels of one of the most deadliest terrorist attacks that our partners in Israel have seen. And right now, our focus remains squarely on supporting our Israeli partners, supporting them to defend themselves and doing everything we can to support impacted American citizens in the region, whether it be the families of those 11 who unfortunately perished, or are working around the clock to determine the status and whereabouts of other American citizens. That is our focus right now, and that's where we are keeping our eye on the ball on.
And you know, surely there's a possibility that there are Americans in Gaza, not kidnapped victims, but others. As you know, Israel has cut off food, water, electricity. Those living in Gaza, I mean, essentially there's no place to go. They can no longer cross the border into Egypt. Are you concerned about the scope of an impending humanitarian crisis, perhaps one that was already happening before?
Israel has every right to defend itself and defend its security, and the terrorists who committed these atrocities over this past weekend need to be held accountable. Of course, we always want to make sure that civilian lives are not impacted, but that's not something that even Hamas has done. So we are standing with our Israeli partners, and they have every right to defend themselves and defend their security.
And so for those folks who say, look, I don't support Hamas, but by the nature of just fate, luck of the draw, or unluck of the draw, I was born into a territory, a world where I'm trapped. I can't go, I can't leave. I know that the Israelis are coming, and there's nothing that I can do to get myself or my family out. What kind of conversations is the United States having, perhaps with partners in the region, Egypt, Jordan, to facilitate perhaps an evacuation of people who don't want to be there and who don't support Hamas when the bombings do come?
Our engagement diplomatically and our engagement with partners in the region right now continues to be focused on supporting our Israeli partners and ensuring that other malign actors in the region don't take advantage of this circumstance right now.
So, Mr. Patel, it doesn't include
Israel.
So you're saying, I know you've said that a couple of times, so it doesn't include any humanitarian assistance at all to the people in the region?
Right now, our focus continues to be on supporting our Israeli partners and their efforts to defend themselves and their security.
All right, Vedant Patel, thank you very much.